Welcome. Hi, everybody. I'm so glad to be here with you. My name is Diane, and I'm here with your Joy Tip of the Week. I just wanted to let you know that today we're going to talk about fresh air and getting fresh air even when it is winter time. So let me know where you're tuning in from and if you've had fresh air recently and some of your tips for getting fresh air in the winter months. So again, I'm Diane. I believe that we can all choose joy especially when we're feeling balanced and healthy emotionally, spiritually, physically, and I just hopefully I'm helping you strive to achieve balance in those areas of your life as well. So like I said, today we're going to talk about getting fresh air and the benefits of that fresh air, even year round, no matter where you live, and how you can experience those kinds of fresh air benefits each day. So it's interesting that we've passed the winter solstice now. The days are starting to get a little longer, and our attitude can really be more positive when we experience more sunlight, more daylight anyway. Here in Michigan, we have a lot of cloudy days, but those daylight hours are getting longer, and there's more opportunity maybe for finding that fresh air and breathing that great oxygen in on a regular basis. So, can we all agree that when the sun is shining and we're getting outdoors more, we often feel more positive and we have a better attitude? So, it's especially important during the winter months for those of us in the Northland to find ways to experience that fresh air, maybe the daylight, so that we can be more positive and have a better outlook on life. So, let's talk about why fresh air is good for you first. So, not only is it just in a delight to breathe in fresh air, but fresh air is good for your body in a number of ways. Fresh air increases the flow of oxygen in your body when you're outside and breathing it. There's more oxygen in the fresh air outdoors than there would be inside in a home or a place of business where you're breathing recirculated air most likely. And so outside you've got trees and plants, and even though it's wintertime, they're still producing those phytonutrients and that oxygen that gives you more benefit when you're breathing that fresh air. So it increases the flow of oxygen, which not only helps your digestive system. I read online that it can actually kind of clean your lungs when you're breathing more oxygen in. And then if you need to improve your blood pressure is, especially for those who are stressed, is a terrible problem. So if you need to improve your blood pressure, you've got to avoid polluted air that's out there. So you don't want to go to a highway and breathe in, or a parking lot or whatever. But stay away from that traffic and find ways to breathe in that fresh air that's going to be more oxygenating, a more healthy, natural outdoor environment, which also will decrease that stress on your body and help your blood pressure as well. Help that stress just kind of even keel you out, lower your heart rate, help you to be more calm. So increasing that fresh air that you get will increase the oxygen in your cells as well. So your white blood cells function properly. In fact, those white blood cells, they're very important in fighting and killing bacteria and germs. And so getting outside, breathing that fresh air is going to strengthen your immune system as well. In fact, I just read an article how in Europe, they're throwing the windows open in the schools over there to fight against this awful disease that's going around right now, this awful COVID virus. And so, hey, I think that's a great idea. Open up those windows, get that natural air going through the schools, and just getting the fresh air, which is so much more oxygen, so much better for you. So the next thing that fresh air can help with, it's good for a more positive attitude. We talked about this at the beginning. You can have a more positive attitude if you're getting that oxygen. Even seeing the daylight in the sun, getting out there and enjoying that is going to increase your positivity. But it's true, again, because the more oxygen you breathing that fresh air increases the amount of serotonin. And we've talked about serotonin before, which is the happy hormone. And when you inhale that fresh air outside, you are making yourself more positive by increasing that serotonin in your body. And it is easier to choose that joy, to have that better mood, and to uplift your spirits even during the winter months. So spending as little as 5 minutes outside each day can result in measurable improvement in your mood and in your self-esteem. So take time to do that. We're going to talk about how to do that in just a few minutes. But fresh air is great for your attitude. Next, fresh air gives you more energy and a sharper mind. It's good for your mind. So if you're feeling down in the dumps or you're feeling dragging in that afternoon slump, skip the coffee, skip that energy drink, and just step outside for a few minutes. If you spend a little bit of time outside, yeah, that cold's going to invigorate you too, if it is cold where you are. But that fresh air is going to be very stimulating, and it's going to help you come back indoors and feel more ready to get back to work. It's going to stimulate that greater brain function when you breathe in that oxygen. So take some good deep breaths when you're out there in the fresh air. It improves your concentration, and it also can provide you with more energy because you're feeling refreshed, and it will allow you to work better with a sharper mind. So, you've got to take those breaks. We talked about breaks at another Joy Tip of the Week, but this kind of break will just really stimulate your mind and just help you to breathe in that oxygen when you step out and get a little bit of fresh air. And fourth, fresh air helps you get better sleep. One of the things that helps get us better sleep is having a consistent sleep-wake cycle. And that cycle tends to get disrupted in the winter months because we have such shorter days, and we're up during the night. We have lights on, we have devices on, and that sleep-wake cycle just gets disrupted. And so sometimes it's harder to sleep during those winter months and those darker days. But stepping outside, getting that fresh air is going to help you sleep better because it's going to help reinforce that sleep-wake cycle. So be sure and take that opportunity to get better sleep by stepping outside during the daylight hours and getting that fresh air. So, like I said, I live in Michigan, and sometimes it's hard to get fresh air during the winter months. So what can we do? Well, some ways that you can enjoy those maximum benefits from the fresh air is to just find a place where you can get fresh air. Now, I live in a rural community, so I'm not dealing with parking lots and traffic and city and, all that kind of good stuff. But if you do, then find a park or someplace where you can go just to get a few minutes of fresh air every single day if you can. And then for those of you that are in a more rural community like I am, park a little farther away from the entrance of the grocery store on a day that it's not too icy or slippery so that you can get a few more minutes of fresh air walking into the store. I know my mom loves to take the opportunity to walk out to our mailbox, which is the length of the driveway. It's not a long walk, but it gives her a little bit of fresh air, which is so beneficial. And then, I found it interesting. I have a friend, her name is Pearl DeYoung, and she's going to be 92, I think, here pretty soon. And Pearl, she's just got this great outlook on life, but she's of Scandinavian descent, and I think this is where this comes. She's always slept with the window open, and so she gets that fresh air as she sleeps every night. And like I said, she's going to be 92 here pretty soon, so maybe she's onto something. I also heard from my aunt who was here over the holidays with us. My aunt is currently living in Kaiserslautern, Germany, and working over there. And the rental where she rooms, they ask her on a regular basis, year round, no matter what the temperatures are, to open her windows and air out the house on a regular basis. This is a general practice in Germany and Europe and Scandinavia. So maybe we need to take a good look at that. Maybe research why it is that people open their windows in Europe during the wintertime. I believe it's to get that fresh air inside. Now, I'm not going to leave my window open all night long like Pearl does, but I may open a window just to get some fresh air in the house because I know that fresh air, that oxygen, that is going to be so good for me, both for my body, for my mind, for my attitude, and for good rest like we've talked about. So I'd be curious to know how you get more fresh air during the winter months if you live in a cooler climate. What are your tricks for getting some fresh air and breathing that great oxygen so that you can experience all those great benefits as well? Please let me know. I'd love to share it with the audience here so that everybody can learn about breathing that fresh air and why it's so beneficial to you. Now, before we end, I want to let you know that in sleep, like I said, is so important. And during the winter months, that wake-sleep cycle gets disrupted so many times. And so I've created a little mini video, a video mini class, I should call it. It's a video of tips for 3 different things: how to prepare for good rest during the day, how to set yourself up for a good night's rest at bedtime, and then how to get back to sleep when your sleep is disrupted in the night. And so if you'd be interested in that video, please message me. Let me know that you'd be interested, and I'll let you know more about it. I can send you a link so you can learn more about getting that sleep-wake cycle in a good place so that you can get better rest year-round. And I'm so glad you've joined me here today. We've learned a lot about fresh air and why it's important all year round. And again, please join me next week where I'll share another joy tip of the week, because I believe when you are healthy and balanced and emotionally and physically and spiritually, then you're going to have a better attitude. You're going to be able to choose joy every single day.